One of the most anticipated parts of the Super Bowl are the commercials throughout the event. A 30-second spot during this year's game cost upwards of $8 million. To go through all the big ads this year, let's bring in DPR and co-advertising co-founder Richard Ralph Smith. Richard, it's worth noting that a lot of the ads this year pulled back on the lefty love fest. Woke is no longer cool. Bud Light is a good example of this. They've come a long way since their failed pro-trans ad campaign a couple of years ago. Have a look at this year's Super Bowl ad, which is about as bro as you can get.
This is not necessary. There's a trail. Oh, there's the kick. Heck of a wedding, huh? Hey, it's a great ceremony. I give it a week.
Very masculine. Not exactly sure what's going on there, but how effective is an ad like that?
Well, look, this ad's pretty good. It's a return to their traditional base territory for Bud Light. You know, they were always very well known for what, we would call blokey advertising in Australia. After being burnt pretty badly in 2023, that was sort of the high watermark for DEI, let's call it diversity, equity and inclusion marketing initiatives in the USA. And they've pulled back a long way since then. And I think all advertisers in the Super Bowl have given that a very, very wide berth. So it's a pretty good ad. It's not going to be a legendary one for them. They won't be talking about it forever, but it'll do its job. And
Shane Gillis there, very famous anti-PC comic. I mean, he's just a very good comic, but he's famously anti-PC, so he featured in that ad. That was interesting. Now, Serena Williams, tennis legend Serena Williams, has been slammed online for appearing in an ad promoting the weight loss drug GLP-1 for telehealth provider Ro. Let's have a look at the ad.
I'm on Ro, 34 pounds down on GLP-1s. Healthier on Ro. Supported on Ro. FDA-approved GLP-1 options. Now even in a pill. Weight loss expertise I trust. I'm moving better on Ro. I'm feeling better on Ro. I'm Serena Williams. This is me on Ro.
Now, Serena Williams' husband, Alexis Ohanian, is an investor in Ro and serves on the company's board. Richard, I've seen some recent pictures of her and she is way thinner than she appears in that ad. The results are dramatic. And she's a very effective vehicle for that campaign because we've all known Serena Williams for so long and she's always been famously athletic and muscly, and I guess that's where some of the criticism has come because she's a very healthy woman. So why does she need a drug to lose weight?
Yeah, exactly. The strategy here is to normalise these drugs for people who still, for whom they are still unfamiliar and scary. Classic celebrity endorsement strategy. You get a very well-known athlete who is famous for being incredibly fit, always been incredibly fit and healthy, show that person is using the product and say, therefore, you need have no concerns about it. So you only have to look at the numbers of the Super Bowl in the United States. 120 million Americans watched that ad. 100 million Americans have obesity. Something like 38 million Americans have type 2 diabetes. So it's a trusted strategy, speaking to the right people at the right time, and I think that will work.
But I don't think that's aimed at the people who have diabetes or who have some sort of a medical condition where that drug would be prescribed possibly anyway. I think it's speaking to those who fall outside that category who may be doing it for reasons of vanity. Not that there's anything wrong with that.